You know, just like this.
I know, I can smell it already because Filipinos and Filipino
Yeah.
love shrimp. And the smell right now is just heavenly. Hello everyone from around the world. This is Charisse, the artist, the art and the lifestyle, and I have flown all the way from Los Angeles across the globe to watch, to learn, and to hear the authentic, the real way of cooking paella. And this is Mercedes.
Hello.
Hello, a Madrileña.
Madrileña, sí.
And so rightfully so, she's an artist like me. Look, yellow, bright. So now, she's going to tell you how to cook paella. And I'm sure the artist that she is, she's going to talk like it's an art. Right, Mercedes?
Yes, right. So,
okay, so let's start.
this is the way we will make a paella, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the paella, the history. There's a lot of stories or a lot of doubts of where paella originated, whether it's Barcelona, whether it's Madrid, whether it's the north, whether it's the south. But the original paella started in Valencia, which is the region where they grow the rice. And the most typical paella is the paella or the arroz valenciano, which was typically made in the fields by the men who were harvesting the rice. And what they did is they always carried a little sack of rice with them, and then they improvised out in the field. They always had the pan, and they would take the rice and they would just cook up with whatever they found in the field, usually a handful of green beans, and if they were able to catch a rabbit, like a wild rabbit, they would use that as a meat, and maybe some snails from the field. And that was basically what the paella was, the Valenciano paella. Then afterwards people started making more intricate paellas as you got more money. If you were fancier, then you would put seafood, or you would put chicken, or you would put things like that. But the original paella was Valenciana. And also people call paella as the dish itself, but paella is this. The pan is called a paella. Okay, and it has these sides that are curved like this, so that when you cook it in the fire outside with the wood, the smoke would curl up the sides and infuse the rice, and that's one of the things that gives the paella its
How
taste.
interesting.
Okay, and then the main ingredients, of course, is rice, and then whatever you want to put on it. And you make like a little sofrito, or a little fry thing, which is usually onion, a little bit of garlic, and tomato, and that sort of starts your seasoning or your flavoring for the rice. Then you add, today we're going to make a little bit of a mixed paella, which usually you never mix meat and seafood if you're a purist. But because my family likes all the different flavors, that's what we're doing. So today, these are all the things we're incorporating in it: peppers, tomatoes, some green beans, and this is a thing called Señora, which is a dried red pepper that has a very smoky flavor to it. And you sort of soak it a little bit, and then you scrape it, and it gives the paella a very smoky flavor. So first of all, we're just going to heat up our pan, and we put olive oil. And in Spain, we like to use olive oil. We're very...
Always olive oil.
Always olive oil, and always a lot. Okay, so what I do first is I brown my meats, and then I take them out, and then I will saute the rest of the things. I'll make like a sofrito, which is like a starter with the onion, tomato, garlic, and I let that cook down, and then I will saute my rice in there, but I'll show you how I start it. And also the seafood, the things that cook faster, you put towards the end, so that they don't get overcooked.
Exactly.
And usually my shrimp, I put in, the paella usually cooks about 20 minutes.
The whole thing?
The whole thing in 20 minutes. But I add my seafood in the last 10 minutes of cooking. But I always like to give my shrimp a little bit of a quick stir fry so that it has a nice flavor to it. Okay.
Probably nice.
So I do this first, and then I take it out, and I add it at the top. So that way it doesn't have just the boiled flavor. I just give them just till they turn pink.
Smells good already.
Yes.
And this is just the start.
Right. And to make the stock for cooking the rice, you can use water alone, but then it doesn't have that good flavor. I usually peel my shrimp, and I put that in a pot, the shells, with some onion, with a carrot. If you have other fish, like fish bones, things like that, then you make a stock. And you let it reduce, and that infuses the water, and it gives it a very, very nice
And you do
flavor.
that separately.
Separately, yes.
Separately from all of these.
Yes, and I'll show you.
That is just the stock.
See, if we cook the shrimp for 20 minutes, then it would just become
Tough.
tough.
So you cook it first separately.
Just like this, very quickly.
And then it will also have its flavor. So at and of course I cannot compare you to Mercado de San Miguel because Mercado de San Miguel is commercial.
Commercial.
So I saw them put their shrimp on top and it was raw.
I will do that. Well, they do that, but I like this flavor that it gives the shrimp, you know, just like this.
I know, I can smell it already because Filipinos, I'm Filipino,
Yeah.
love shrimp. And the smell right now is just heavenly.
De momento. Uh-oh, that one's for the dog. No. Más alto. Look, 2 shrimps. Here, saute them and it'll take the...
I'm sure the bacteria is all shocked right now.
The grass is clean.
The grass is clean.
So there's the shrimp. Ahora, I have some squid.
Okay.
Again.
And I know squid is a little bit tricky to cook like octopus, so do you just like saute it quickly?
Saute it quickly and then I take it out again.
Yes.
So
Because
that it doesn't get
squid
tough.
and octopus are very tricky to cook. When it gets overcooked, it's very chewy and tough.
Right. I just do it till it gets just a tiny bit.
Wow.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh my God, this is so lovely.
No.
There's one over there that's left.
Okay.
I don't want to waste a
An
piece because I
escaped
love squid.
Wait. Okay.
So it comes dried at first. And
Time's
she says
dried,
she boils it. So it rehydrates it. She opens it and she scrapes it.